today you caught me right in the middle of putting some GPM steering blocks on my Traxxas / Rally. I've got the Tekno M6 axles up front, and to put the metal steering blocks on, you got to use X01 bearing holders. Let me see if I can get them over here. You got to get these little bearing holders here for the X01. Now it's the same part number for this part, the steering block for the X01 and the slash or the Rally. So this part's the same, but these have larger inners on them so that you can put the M6s on there. So caught me right in the middle of that. I'm doing a change out on the front, but the problem is they don't make them for the rear. So I am trying to find the right paint color to try to match it, and let me switch the camera view and I'll show you right now where I'm at. Alright, so here's the slash Rally that's going to be receiving what I'm painting and working on back here. I'll be putting these on in a minute. Just got them all prepped up. You'll see I got the Dremel out here. I took this and hit the plastic. I want to make sure that what I'm doing out here with painting these, I want the paint to stick. So you can see the two different colors here. This is a little bit brighter and this is a little bit darker. I think I'm going to go with the darker. I do want to add that I hit it with some of this acrylic enamel. I usually use what is it called? Well, this is a paint and a primer, and it bonds the plastic. I usually use some type of adhesive promoter. I did these ones about a year ago. You can see they're just dirty. If I clean them up, they look really good. But I did the same thing here where I put the X01s. This is a Traxxas setup. I'm using the GPM stuff on the Rally here. But if I clean those up, they don't have a scratch on them, and so it does work really well if you just paint them. But I just hit these with this acrylic enamel to kind of put a base coat on it. It's a paint that does stick well to plastic, so we're gonna try that. Hopefully they didn't have any plastic adhesive promoter where I went, so I picked this stuff up. So I'm gonna put this on, and then yeah, that's pretty close. I mean, it's not great, but it's pretty close. And I did a really crappy job painting this because I was just trying to get the color right, but we'll see what happens. Alright, as you can see, I got these steering blocks on now, and I will say they are nicer than the Traxxas ones from what I can see. The main thing is GPM put a little piece in here of plastic. I don't know if that's going to wear out and make them junk eventually, but it makes them a little bit tighter than the Traxxas one. So that's one thing I do notice about them. Did have to do a little bit of work on my axle in here. One of my pins was starting to, let me see if you can see this on the camera or not. You're probably never going to see that, but the ends of these pins on the Tekno M6s started to get a little bit of a taper to them, so I went ahead and replaced them. Looks like they're the same ones that go in here on the hexes, so got that replaced. Got some Fast Eddie's bearings on hand. I always replace my bearings when I take something apart if I feel the slightest bit of just grind or bump, and I throw these in like a track pack, you know, day of race where I need a bearing real quick. They go in like a used bearing spot because they're still good. I could just feel they're starting to get a little worn, and if I'm in here working, I just refresh them because why not. And then out here you can see we're still moving along with painting. I went ahead and hit these with the primer because when I got the other A-arms in the light and the dark that I had painted, I noticed that this color was a little bit closer to the color I was looking for, and that's the one I had primered before. So we're moving right along. It's a pretty good little project here. I've been working on this for a while now, probably about an hour or so. So I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna paint those out there and do the other side here, and I'll fill you back in as we get a little further along. But you can see how nice that's all starting to look up here, up in the front end. That's what I was looking for. So there's some more videos of this car, probably 2 or 3 other full videos talking about this car on my YouTube. If you want to subscribe or just check them out. Ooh, I got a sneeze coming. Ooh. But if you're interested in this car and some of the things you're seeing, like this limited edition 32 kV Castle Creations motor there, there's a whole video about that and what else, all other stuff I got going on. I'm gonna start making some drift videos soon. I can drift this thing at about 30 miles an hour consistently now, so it's pretty cool. But all right, I'll fill you back in as I get further along. All right, got these rear axle bearing carriers all finished up here. I ended up going, I think I talked about it earlier, I ended up going with some primer to lighten up the color a little bit, and then I used 2 different reds to try to match this color, because it's a really weird, almost pink color. And I'm going to show you here in a second. Wait till you see how good it came out. It's really hard to tell with your eye that that it's not metal, and that I didn't get it right, because it looks good. So let me change the camera view so you can see it. See the rears back there? Now go ahead and look at them compared to the front. It's a little shiny because I put some crystal clear coat on there, but when you look at that to that, it's not really going to catch your eye, and those are hidden kind of behind the wheels and stuff. So to me, that's as good as it gets. When you look at this and then you look at that, it doesn't really catch your eye as being the wrong color. And then let me go ahead and take this and put it up near this. See? We got real lucky. What I ended up using, if anybody's interested, because I could see people wanting to do the same setup if you get the GPM reds for the front, and you got to match it up because you got Teknos in the rear. So this is one color. This is the main color that I thought was pretty close to this. I used this, and then let me see. I think I put the other in here with my other paints. Oh yeah, there it is. So what I did, this is more of a red. First thing I did was I put some plastic, where is that over here? Put some plastic primer. Works well with, looks like it adheres to, bonds to plastic. So I put that down first. Then I used this color, original Chrysler color. Let me see if there's like a, here you go. Let me see. Inferno Red Matte. I put that down first. Just one coat of this, one solid coat of that. And then I did probably 2 to 3 coats of this. And then I did some crystal clear. Oh, this stuff, you probably want this. Let me see. Let me get this in. This is medium garnet red matte. So those 2 colors actually made this color perfect. And then I just did some crystal clear. This stuff makes everything really shiny. Did like 2 light coats of this, and I let it dry for like 4 or 5 days, because when this is moving down here, I don't want it to wear this off and mess it up. I'm going to put a tiny bit of grease right here on both sides of this, just so when it's moving it doesn't put too much pressure on the paint. But I did the same thing, actually it's over here. I did the same thing years ago on this car, because I went with blue in the Tekno M6. It's all dirty in there, so you can barely even see that those are blue. But I did the same thing back here with the blue, and matched it up perfectly with some hobby paint. I think I got it over here. If you're trying to do blue, let me move this out of the way. Yeah, here it is. If you're trying to do blue, because most of these cars are blue and everybody goes blue with it, but if you're trying to do blue, it's this Tamiya color PS16 metallic blue. This is perfect. And then do a little bit of crystal clear coat on the top. And like I said, I let these sit for a couple days too, and these things don't even have a scratch on them. Like, I've cleaned this all up, taken it apart. This is over a year old of me just bashing and beating the crap out of this thing, and they work really good. It'd be nice if they were metal. My dad's a machinist. I've been working on trying to get him to make me some metal ones, but haven't got there yet. So, but that's the blue version if you want to do Tekno M6 axles, and then you do the X01 inner in here for the front. You just got to keep the rear and paint them. So that kind of covers everything. If you want to go red, you go with these guys. If you want to go blue, you go with this. So hopefully that's helpful. I know a lot of people want to use Tekno M6, but they want to stay all matchy like me, and because they're particular. The next thing to get changed on this is this. I know a lot of people will be hating on my aluminum here, but this is a full drift car. It rides around with that top on. That's why everything matches up so nicely with the two different colors here. So we got that with that, and I'll try to, maybe I can get some drifting in at the end of this video too, beginning and end. I'll see what I can do. Alright, so here it is all finished up. As you can see, this was the main project, is getting these painted, because I didn't want to put the fronts on without having it matchy, and I think we achieved what we were looking for here, just as we did with this one back here. So you can put Tekno M6s and still retain your front metal steering blocks, which are the important ones. These actually, you might even want plastic, because they deal with a bunch of abuse back here. This car doesn't matter. This one doesn't see a lot of abuse, because it's mainly my drift car, like I've been talking about. This is my favorite RC car I have. I've got a bunch of RC cars now, and this thing's fun when I just want to go crazy, but this is my tool. This is my drift missile tool. But yep, got the X01 inners here, and these are just slash or X01 blocks, and then you take the stock ones that come with the Tekno M6 and you paint them, and you know, you're good to go if you bought an Ultimate. So with the Ultimate, all you really got to buy when you do the upgrade on the Tekno M6 axles is all you need is this inner right here, because I believe, I want to say that, I can't remember, do these come with the bearings or not? You might have to source the bearings for in here, but I want to say that these come with bearings when you order them, because they are bigger bearings, but you might have to get those. I'll have to look that up. But yep, there they are in blue, and there they are in red. Been wanting to do this for a long time. I just put up a video of how to clean the Traxxas Slash in about 10 minutes and make them look like this. So I just cleaned this one all up, so you have to check that video out too if you're interested in it. And definitely wanting to do some more drifting videos with this, so people can understand how cool it is to have a big I'll call it an 8th scale drift car, with these big old plastic tires on here. These are ABS. I actually sell them on my eBay store for about 25 bucks with the 3M tape on there, and they'll last you about 20 packs, and they slide right over any 4x4 tire. They don't fit the rallies all that well, from what I understand, the rally tires, but any short course tire they'll fit really good. Got a whole stack of them over there. I need to order and cut some more up. I'll try to put a link to the description for if you want to buy a set of those and build your own rally. But there it is, Tekno M6 axles.